and welcome to the World Rapid and Blitz Championships in Samarkand. I'm women grandmaster Anastasiya Karlovich, and I'm very happy to be here together with five-time world champion Viswanathan. Visha, it's a pleasure to be here with you commenting one of the most exciting events in FIDE World Rapid Championship. We are going to have 2 more exciting days of rapid. What do you think about the first day and how is it going so far?
Thank you, Anastasiya. Welcome everyone to day 2, and we have a very exciting tournament. As many as 5 people are in the lead, just half a point away from a perfect score. And then we have a big group of about 10 people, just a half chasing them, and it's all very delicately poised. Magnus Carlsen is one of the leading group, and today we'll see which one of his rivals he faces problems with. He's starting the day with it.
Absolutely.
And we have some just phenomenal pairings. And I think the games are going to be fantastic.
Many games will be very exciting today. But I mean, for the moment, let's go and check the recap of the day 1.
Mm-hmm.
The 2023 World Rapid and Blitz Championships had a thrilling launch in the historic city of Samarkand. The competition kicked off today with the Rapid tournament, showcasing some 270 players, divided in the open and women's sections. As per FIDE tradition, the tournament started with the ceremonial first move on top boards in the open and in the women's tournament. The first move on board 1 in the open was made by Alisher Sadulayev, the president of the Uzbekistan Chess Federation. In the women's tournament, the first move was made by the president of FIDE, Arkady Dvorkovich. The Open Rapid tournament, after its initial 5 rounds, has seen a captivating start. Notably, 5 exceptional players topped the standings with 4.5 points each. Among them are Arjun Ergaisi, the 2022 champion from India, then the defending rapid champion Magnus Carlsen, then Yuya Ni of China, Bulgaria's Ivan Cheparinov, and India's Vidit Santosh Gujrati. Carlsen's journey began with a draw against significantly lower-rated Nikita Petrov, but he swiftly gained momentum, clinching victories in subsequent rounds, including a striking win over Parham Magshodlu, seizing his knight with a king in the top left corner of the board. Bulgaria's Ivan Cheparinov emerges as a surprise contender, opening strongly with 3 wins and a draw, ending the day triumphantly by defeating Richard Rapport, who also had a remarkable start to the tournament. However, not all giants started on a high note. Fabiano Caruana faced a mixed bag, securing his first win in round 3, but stumbled in a complicated endgame against Pavel Pankratov in the final round, finishing the day on 3 points. He is joined by Anish Giri, who also had a poor start and who must win this tournament if he is to stand solid chances to qualify for the 2024 candidates. With 12 players half a point behind the leaders, including the heavyweights Maxime Vachier-Lagrave and Daniil Dubov, there is a lot of space for many surprises and twists, and in rapid, they come suddenly and they come often. Turning to the women's rapid, Nurgul Salimova of Bulgaria and Zhu Jing'er of China lead the pack with a maximum score of 4 points. They are closely followed by a group of 6 unexpected contenders, with India's Vaishali Ramesh Babu as the sole top 20 player among them. The first day in the women's tournament saw a slow start from the reigning world rapid champion Tang Zhongyi, who scored her first victory only in round 4, following 3 draws. The women's world champion in classical chess, Zhu Wenjun, as well as her challenger in the match for the title earlier this year, Lei Tingjie, also had a slow start, finishing the day with 2.5 out of 4. Another big surprise of the day in the women's tournament is the poor performance of top-rated players and former women world champions Alexandra Kostenyuk and Maria Muzichuk, who only scored 1.5 points. As the action unfolds on Wednesday at 3 p.m. local time in Samarkand, the second day of the World Rapid promises a crucial test for contenders, with 4 rounds in each group. In an event where every move shapes destiny, surprises are likely, and champions rise and fall amidst fierce competition.
And round 6 is about to start, so let's go back to the playing hall and check what's happening there. Charlize is there for us to give some news from the playing venue.
There we are.
Greetings from Samarkand, Uzbekistan. Welcome to day 2 of the World Rapid and Blitz Chess Championship. We are about to begin round 6 for the open section and round 5 for the women's section. Both sections will be playing a total of 4 games today. Yesterday we had a long and exciting day of chess. In the open section we have 5 players leading with 4.5 out of 5. They are Magnus, Arjun, FIDE, Yu Yangyi and Chaparinov. In the women's section, we have some exciting chess because we have the only 2 players with full score. They are Nurgil Salimova and Zhu Jinner. This is definitely the game to watch out for. Back to the studio. Oh, and it is Katerina Lagna's birthday today. 3 times Blitz World Champion and 1 time Rapid World Champion. Happy birthday. Good luck to her. Back to the studio.
Please, and of course, happy birthday to Katerina Lagno. She is one of the best chess players in the world, and also she has been World Rapid champion and World Blitz champion.
World champion as well, that's right.
As well, yes, very, very strong player, and I think she always has her birthday during these events, during the World Rapid.
And Sasha has what? 3 Blitz or 2 Blitz? I've forgotten. I think 2 Blitz, World Blitz.
Yeah, I think
so.
So yeah, they're competing.
The family silver is quite impressive in this tournament.
Yeah,
okay.
So, the round is about to start, right? And maybe we can have a very quick look on standings or. Okay. Now we can see Katerina.
They're having a little acknowledgement of Katerina's birthday.
Yes, it's really nice of the organizers to have this.
I think it's quite annoying.
Really?
Once on my birthday, I was in Mainz, and he celebrated it. And I thought, does everyone need to know it's my birthday before the round? No, it wasn't my birthday. Sorry, it was my anniversary. And so he celebrated. It's a nice gesture, but I would have preferred it in the evening. And before the game, it makes me a bit, I think. But
I know that
okay, it's not a big deal. I just wonder if you can be superstitious.
Yeah, I know also Magnus used to play during his birthday, and he won the World Championship match on his birthday in 2016 against.
Yes, it's a nice coincidence. It happened, I think, twice even.
Yeah, even twice. Yes.
Yeah.
So now we have, I think, standings, right? We just had them for a few seconds. Yeah, and the first move will be done today by Dana Reznica Ozola, who is the deputy chair of FIDE Management Board. She made the first move in the game and on the first board between Magnus Carlsen and Vidit. It's going to be a very exciting round. Can you see which move she has made?
Yes, it's D4.
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 So probably she asked what to play. So D4 move happened, and Magnus is thinking.
Knight F6, okay. And we're off.
Yes, so before we go to the games, let's check the standings finally, just to remind everyone who is on lead after 5 rounds. And we have 5 players, yes, leading in the tournament. Magnus Carlsen, Erigaisi, Chaparinov, one who had really fantastic start yesterday, Yu Yangyi, and Vidit. So we have them playing against each other. I mean, first 2 boards, and then, if I'm remembering correctly, Ivan Chaparinov is playing today with Maxim Vasily-Graf on the board numbers.
That's right.
Yes, we have a group of people also with 4 points from 6 to 18 places, and they're also, of course, in the group which will be fighting today for the top places. So we'll see what will happen, what this day brings to us.
Yes.
And if we can have the women's section, will be great also to check the pairings.
There we had 2 leaders on a perfect score.
Yes.
So Salimova and Zhu Jinner.
Yes.
And then a group of 6, half a point behind. So also very.
Yes.
And you know, if somebody's on 3 points, you're just 1 game away. So everybody has chances to catch up, and still everything to play for here.
Yeah, and I think the leaders are playing against each other, which will be a very exciting game as well. We will keep an eye on this, I think, also. So let's go back to the venue and start checking the games. Yes, so maybe we can start from the game between the world champion, World Rapid champion, and Vidit.
Yes. Magnus has often played this extremely solid line. And what is it, a Bogo Indian, come Catalan? This one is not yet a Bogo Indian, but of course, anytime you play Knight F3, you get a Bogo. And he's had some easy games in the past with it. One plan is obviously Queen E7, Knight C6. That's what Pragnananda is doing a lot recently. But another plan is to play Knight B7, C6, B6, which Magnus popularized, 10, 12 years ago. Well, I wouldn't say popularized because it's not a very exciting position, but he proved that it's very, very hard to break down. I think he beat Vlad Kramnik with it in one tournament. So
We did choose to play C6. Oh, sorry, Magnus.
Magnus played C6, so he's starting with C6. And then the question is, what should White do? Should White step aside with Queen C2 right away? Or maybe castles, Knight BD7, and then play Rook C1? So a couple of plans. Let's just scan the other openings and see what's happening. Okay, Arjun Erigaisi is an expert in the Petrov, but here he's facing with the white pieces against Yu Yangi, who's possibly a bigger expert in the Petrov. So at least both of them will know what they're doing. Let's put it that way.
Yes.
Okay, so here we have this dreaded rook lift in the Queen's Gambit accepted. How this happens is
A4.
White does that, and then just bring the rook out, which is funny because once upon a time they used to play something like knight to d2 and keep the rook attacking that pawn, you know. But now it's more direct. They just go rook c4, and the idea is that maybe if you come here, you can just play bishop f3 or knight c6 and try to claim that the two bishops is something. Rook c4, bishop d5. So current position. Okay, we'll come back for sure. This has gone up to Queen C2.
Yeah, Ivan Chiparinov had such a great start yesterday. This victory.
One night promotion.
Yes, exactly. And this victory over Richard Rapport, I was checking this game also afterwards. And actually, you said everything absolutely correctly. You know that Bishop F2 was a mistake,
right, okay.
let's say, in that game. Yes, so it was a very exciting game. If you missed it, you should definitely come back and check it from the round 5.
Yeah, we should try and show that fragment at some point. But anyway, here we have Shimanov against Daniil Dubov. And it's an E3 Nimzo. Not one of the most frequently played subsystems. So I can't say I'm instantly familiar with what's going on, but
should also mention
there's a promising game ahead.
Alexander Shimanov, yes, he's a streamer. He's a very famous streamer on Levitov Chess, and he is also having a really great tournament so far. 4 out of 5, I mean, great start. And Daniil Dubov is former world rapid champion. I mean, also
won in 2018.
In 2018, yes, in St. Petersburg. Yes, so he is also having really high hopes probably in this event. So it's, I think, going to be also exciting game.
Okay, let's keep moving along. Then we have Anton Hiharo David against Xu Xiangyu. And this is the London system. More direct. Yesterday we saw Arjun beat Black after they went knight h5 without
bishop f5
c takes d4. Here, after bishop d6, I guess Black is pretty happy. If you go bishop d3, then you can go knight f4. Something like this.
So I thought about some kind of jumps with knight f5, but it's not possible, right? It was not possible because knight g3 is always a move. Yes, so.
Okay, let's keep going down.
So Rauf Mamedov
against Timur Gareev, who was leading with 4 out of 4 before he lost to Magnus.
Yes.
And
Rauf Mamedov is very famous also to be quite good player in Rapid and Blitz. So he normally fights.
Also, normally here, if you develop with a knight, I castle, you go bishop g5. Sometimes you can just ignore it and go bishop g4. But because of the move order in which he has started, he gets to throw in rook e1 check. And who knows, maybe that extra move has some small consequences. Kirill Shevchenko against Pankratov. Okay, this is the classic Samish Nimzo.
So, I mean, Kirill...
Everyone knows Botvinnik Capablanca, of course. But it's a...
Rook a2.
Bishop b7 is surprising. Rook a2 is quite common because you plan to do knight g3 and rook e2.
It's a nice way to develop the rook.
Bishop b7 is a bit strange to me because normally the bishop tries to go to a6. And
but how you
also one point, if I play knight g3, sometimes they play h5, h4. So white plays rook a2, not yet committing knight g3, just to see what black
Just
does.
waiting.
And then black has gone bishop b7. Okay, let's see. These positions can become very exciting. So I think we're in for an interesting round. And then Sandeepan Chanda against Bharat Subramaniam, both, of course, from India. And Sandeepan is very, very loyal to his Dutch defense. He likes to do it everywhere.
No matter what white does.
I think that's too strong. I think he only mainly plays it against d4 and c4, but anyway. But yeah. Konrad Holt, who had the great game yesterday against Mamedyarov versus Levon Aronian. But also the more interesting point is they've probably met each other or faced each other in the US quite often.
Yes, so probably he knows what's happening.
And this is just a Ragozin. Very classical. Oh, I don't know my exact names. This may be the Manhattan of the Ragozin, something like that.
This is too deep for me.
Yes, so but I'm not completely sure myself. Jan Krzysztof Duda has got 2 bishops, which is never a bad thing. But I'm going to close off the...
I wonder from which opening it all happened.
So it seems to have been this typical King's Indian.
King's Indian, yes.
So after bishop g5, he used the chance to give a check.
First, yes. So you cannot take it because queen g5 is happening.
I don't even know if it's necessary.
Yes.
But anyway.
King h1. Yes, and took with the pawn because bishop was hanging.
And now I think it's quite important to play c5 because if white plays c5, it may not be so nice.
Really, yes.
But if I play c5, you don't have queen d5 check.
Bishop 6.
Because forking the king and the rook because I play bishop e6 blocking both. But
it looks really interesting, this position. I mean, hard to say. Maybe yes, c5 was necessary. Yes, here.
Yeah, I like c5. I'm not convinced that it.
No, because
but c5 is nice because also then this other bishop becomes slightly paralyzed.
Yeah, because bishop e2 will be.
But it might be tricky. Maybe I can play f4 then. Because you have to go back.
Yes.
And then who knows? Maybe e5 is good. Maybe d5 is good. Maybe f5 is good.
No,
it might.
Because like you give up this e5 square, but the knight will never.
But then what is black going to do? Maybe black should step to knight g7 without being asked.
But then can I have a chance to play c5 immediately?
Unfortunately, yes, but I'm just going to have to make
because you don't want bishop c4.
No, if I go d5, you do takes, and because my queen is protected by the bishop, that gives me some extra. I don't blame anyone if they can't see the board anymore because with all these arrows.
There's so many users.
But at least it goes faster.
And then if
finally we can see the board again. And if queen d5.
There are some tricks with bishops. No, I'm thinking about the fact that rook is on e8, but it's protected right now.
Yeah, maybe something like queen f4, attacking this and threatening that.
Yes.
Oops, I will get rid of that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then what, like bishop a6, I don't know, trying to, no. It looks actually promising for white somehow.
Yes. Yeah, maybe white is better. Okay, let's not linger too long. Richard Rapport has got some very unusual position.
So it's about e5 square for now, yes? I don't know if black will start moving those pawns, can become...
Yes, but how? You'll have to exchange with the knight.
You have to do something for that, yes, it's not that easy.
SL Narayanan against Fedosiev. But I think it's fair to say that black is not going to be very troubled with this position.
Yeah, maybe we can start from the beginning, what's going on in Magnus' game. Yes, they have developed pieces.
So with it, I just decided to stop any d takes c4 plans and go b3.
Okay.
b6, bishop b7. So the usual putting pieces in good squares thing. But then Magnus
decided to play this bishop b6 move. The idea is to keep an eye on c4 right now.
You can sack the pawn.
Yes.
But I don't know how good that is. I could play bishop f1 maybe, try to pin that bishop and maybe take on c4. But black can also play b5.
But yeah, thinking about this move b5 if it's possible in this position. And
yes.
Then you have the c6.
What else can white do? You don't want to make moves with your knight yet. So black has asked an important question of white. What are you going to do against that?
And such moves like cd5 only opens the bishop, right? So
I would take this way and then put a rook on c8. White needs that those c-pawns for the space advantage, right? So,
yeah, I don't want to do this normally. And you don't want to help black also to get rid of the c6 pawn. So, yeah, it's interesting what Vizet will play here at this moment. Yes, e4 looks like very interesting option. And
Arjun, maybe he's
it really
doing
Petrov?
well.
What's happening?
Well, it's just kind of Petrov. Yes. He provoked the capture and he went bishop d4, f6, f4, c5, bishop f2.
Nice.
For me, it looks pretty bad for black. Because I'm bringing the bishop here.
Yep.
And wow, Arjun has a big advantage, I think.
Yes, because of weakness of this e5 pawn later on, or
yes. Also, all these squares, are just wide open now.
He gave up all those squares, yes, for activity, but maybe it will backfire. It's bishop g3.
There's got to be a way to get rid of this.
We'll do it later. Yes. So.
This looks even enough. I think even though white has the two bishops, that's not going to be enough to make a difference. So
probably
just a very solid draw.
So in a draw. Yeah, we can see Maxim Vasiligraf on the screen right now.
Yeah. He's gone to a8. I mean, I was considering whether queen d6 made some sense. But he's in fact gone to a8.
Isn't it knight a little bit misplaced on a4 for white?
Yes,
or is it easy to bring him back? And now what, bishop b5?
Rook c8 or rook b8.
I don't know, I have a feeling that maybe white needs some time to bring the pieces back, or maybe it's just fine.
But even if you bring the pieces back, what are the weaknesses for black that you're going to exploit, right? Because all the pawns on the queen side have been exchanged. Okay. Danny Dubov still
against Pankratov.
Okay, so here it's quite white has given up a bishop, but is going to go for some dark square thing, keeping a clamp on both the breakthroughs. Of course, if black goes knight g6 now and threatens e5, I don't know what happens. Maybe white should just play
yeah, I think if black plays e5, it can be a little bit unpleasant. Queen e2 or what?
Queen e2.
Stop e5.
But then we can do the idea with a5.
a5 and then bishop a6, yes.
Not yet, but I want to play knight c5, e5, because now then the pawn is over. Sorry, I'll have to get rid of these arrows.
Yeah, I mean, yes, the knight is also protected by d4, so you don't have...
Yes, so you can't actually occupy the c5 square easily. Because the moment you do that, E5. Then this pawn is overloaded, so you play e5 and you cannot capture because the knight is loose there. What's the danger if you ignore it? Well, the problem is that black will do this, then black will do this, then he will do that. And when we get the pawns over there, there'll be a huge attack on the king side.
So I think Anton got actually quite good position and promising position with black if he managed to do all this. So Gariev against Mamedov.
Yeah, it should be good for white because white has got that little bit of an edge. I don't know how much it is. One idea is to play queen d2.
Because let's say the bishop on d3 is better.
Oh, did all this happen? Wow.
It all happened.
It all happened. So knight h5 was very important in kicking. Yes. Now he can come queen d2 or queen h2 maybe.
Queen h2.
If you're in a very creative mood.
Then queen h2.
Or I had a bit to drink last night, and it might be a good idea.
Yes, a solid queen d2 for now. Yes. And yes, this bishop on d3 looks like more...
It's more than that. I mean, the question is, after queen f6, what is white going to do? Because black is threatening knight f4.
Mm-hmm.
Black is threatening to come here. Yes, he has done queen f6. So what is white's plan against that? He's just gone rook e3.
Rook, is it trying to bring both rooks to the file?
And the rook is doing double duty. It's keeping an eye on the third rank and saying that I've got that covered. But rook e3.
Knight f4, what do we do? Let's say we'd probably move the bishop, or
you could move the bishop, but you could also do this. Because rook e3 has the threat that I'm threatening to go back here.
And some queen
without blocking the thing.
Yes.
So, and if you take, I'm just going to claim that I have gotten my rooks doubled on the b file, and you can have that bishop for that. That I basically got a good trade out of it.
Yes, so we have actually the first result. Ivan Cheparinov just finished his game in a draw, something what we just discussed with
Shocking.
Absolutely shocking. But the first result is
yes.
Shocking draw. Everything is already...
Well, so as we mentioned, once all the pawns have come off on the same side, there's very little to work with. Yeah. Let's see what Levon is up to. White may have some microscopic edge based on the fact that he controls his nice square on d4. But let's have a look at Pragnananda. Oh, another of these. This was a semi-Slav. I apologize. I didn't put this color.
He's playing also with this young player, Murzin Volodar. It's interesting, actually.
It's interesting. He just went king f1.
King f1, yes. Why not? He wants to keep the rook on the h file. Probably he didn't want to.
And then he's just going to go king g2, and he's claiming to be happy with that. Okay.
Artificial castling, yes. Oh, actually looks interesting with the h file open. Maybe white can get something there. I don't know.
Jan Krzysztof Duda with a big threat of rook. Isn't he almost winning?
Wow, rook just 3, and I don't know. Also, queen can join the party.
Next, I'll play queen e2.
Yes, queen e2.
He's gone king h8. Now I can go queen e2 and then break with e5. Queen e2 attacks h5.
And protects also e4, right?
Yes. Or I can start with rook g3 first and see how that goes.
Yeah, because rook g3, you have the threat bishop g7.
Yeah, but then black will play rook e7 maybe.
e7, queen e2. Maybe then bishop e4.
Yes, I would rather play queen e2 with the rook on e3 and break e5 if I can somewhere.
E5 also. Wow. So it looks like actually maybe winning for...
it certainly looks huge for thing.
Yes.
Richard Rapport.
b5 was played, maybe the last move, right?
Yeah.
So do we want to take on b6? That's a question.
Yeah, might not be a bad
because black wanted to play before, yes?
Yes.
So I don't understand much about this position, to tell the truth. What White is trying to do? Maybe bring the knight on the5, I don't know, push the pawn.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, it's hard to understand the plans. Yeah, quite a regional position.
Let's go back and see anything happened with it. Oh, some very interesting plans. He did take.
Yeah.
But now he's charged on the
king's side.
Yeah.
G5 and...
That's interesting, because I would have thought knight e8 was playable. Maybe knight e8, e4 he didn't like.
Why not queen h4? He wants to keep queen on d2, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. 6.
And h4. So clearly fighting for the dark square and space and so on. Queen b4, just to keep an eye on that knight. e3, knight g7, bishop h3 to control that square.
f5, yes.
And here we are.
They got quite interesting position. How would you assess this one? Would you play for white or for black? This position.
I would like to play rook c7.
Mm-hmm.
What is stopping me?
Knight d5 or what? Some ideas. But
Well, I don't see that it works. I'll take on
I'm not
d2.
sure. Yes, knight d7.
And if you
check.
capture knight e7, I have king f8.
Okay. King f8. Yes.
And then there we are.
Mm-hmm. And if I take on d2, you take on
c1 and then
first,
same
yes,
thing.
and
Yeah.
then I lose the piece. Yeah. So it doesn't work right now. Yes, this idea. What else?
So after rook c7, what are you going to do is the question.
I'm sure there are some tricks. It feels like that, but
I could go queen b2. And then when you double, I just play a3.
a3,
Take
yes,
you away.
Jason, queen. Don't go queen a5 because we have before, I think.
Better not.
That. Yes, it's better not
Better
to go
not.
there. Yes, so just move the queen to d6 probably or somewhere there.
And Arjun is just a pawn up.
Mm-hmm.
But there might be a bit of counterplay starting here. First of all, I could do this
Yeah.
and try to be opposite color bishop. But on the other hand, white gets a lovely square for the
Yes.
bishop. Two c-pawns defending that. You don't want to do that probably.
Yeah. So it's, normally in these positions, you try to arrange some kind of attack, but it's not possible.
And
for
then
black,
you can
yes.
do this.
Yes, take. And go to the center.
Yes, king f7 has happened and rook e4 has happened. So white is, yes, on the board, king f7, rook e4 has happened.
King f7, rook e4. And then white just have ending with extra pawn. But what are the chances to win this ending, to convert it?
As they say, it might not be a much of a pawn, but it's mine. So it is an
He will
extra
do.
pawn.
He
Yeah.
will just
He
play
will
on
press,
it.
and the two c-pawns, it can become a huge pawn mass over there.
Yes, c4, c5 later maybe.
He has gone f5.
Even after king f7? King f7 and...
He has gone f5.
Mhm.
So he's pushing on a bit, but this must be unpleasant for him. What does he want to do if I go rook d4? I could play rook d4 for the moment and then g3 and
Mhm.
consolidate it a bit and then try to make my queenside pawn mass move forward.
Yeah, because h2 is kind of weak at the moment, but maybe actually you can move still and allow to take on h2.
He has gone rook d4.
Rook d4, 5 rook d4. Mhm. I wonder if black would like to exchange one pair of rooks here in this position and not by playing bishop b5 or something like that.
Yes.
Maybe it's going to be a little bit better.
But then I could even play rook b4. He's charged ahead.
Mhm.
He has gone g5.
G5, wow. So he decided not to wait until white will start moving his pawn. And
Before we get too stuck here, should we have a look at the women?
Yep, of course. I mean, especially the fact that I think maybe it's down,
No, that's
down. Even,
Anastasiya against Svetla.
I don't, or maybe we had it up, women.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's jump.
So
Yeah, it's a very important game between two leaders after the first day.
I was about to say, this has become very exciting on the king side, but of course both the kings are on the queen side. So
Yeah.
I think white is better
White is better in this position.
because of this weak g pawn, and this knight is a bit misplaced. But
Yeah, I mean, very impressive actually result lately by Salimova. She became very famous after the World Cup when she
Yes.
became the runner-up at the end of the tournament. I mean, she had a really fantastic event, and later on, also Bulgaria team, the women's team, won European club championships. So and she was, of course, one of the member of the team. Really impressive results so far, and 4 out of 4 after the first round. Charlize actually made a nice interview yesterday with her, and if you missed it, please go to FIDE YouTube channel and check it out. Very impressive result at the moment.
Okay, here we have Mamadzada against Vaishali, and that looks a bit unpleasant, right? Your queen doesn't have squares. I mean, your queen is going to be kicked around a lot.
Mm-hmm. How do we start?
Yeah.
Yes, like.
I mean, if knight e4, I think you just play queen b5.
Mm-hmm.
We could also do this.
Oops, 96. Yes, and if, let's say, bishop d6, you have 94.
Then I reverse the order now, and
Yes.
this way I think. But I could go back here, and this must be also be quite close to equality. Something I step back and claim that there is nothing much going on.
Knight is on d6. I mean, normally you would like to have such a knight, but I don't know if you are allowed to play such moves. You cannot help the knight with e4, e5 because of knight d4. Yeah.
What's happening here? That looks just like a free pawn for black. I mean, maybe there is some compensation with rook b2. After all, it looks like a benko.
Yes, actually, it looks like that. Yes,
but come on, just,
yes, it
just
looks
a pawn
like
down.
that. And and it's
and black has a pawn for the 2 bishops.
Yes,
As
but it could be also that. What else could go wrong for white in this?
Black has a pawn for the 2 bishops.
For 2 bishops, yes.
Just to clear, the 2 bishops is actually considered an advantage. But
so Tahirjonova has like good chances to win this game.
Yeah. How did that happen? Oh, they played some sharp line where it didn't quite work out.
Mm-hmm. Maybe white had some hopes to get some compensation, but it seems like there is not enough.
Yeah.
Begim Tahirjonova, actually, she is Uzbekistani player originally, but now she is representing US. But of course, she is playing here. It's like her home, and probably very excited to play in Uzbekistan.
And Katrina Lucknow, the birthday girl.
Yes.
Very nice position with the black pieces, right? Rook b6, move the bishop back.
Mm-hmm. Maybe f5. I don't know if you're allowed to play in such positions. I'm not sure. e6 will be a bit weak.
Let's quickly see what's happening here.
So we go back to open section. Vidit against Magnus. Very important game for both of them.
I mean, White's done well out of getting his pieces to good squares, but I don't see the follow-up. White has managed to, I think, but the problem with controlling all the dark squares like this is the light squares are now vulnerable.
Yeah, the question is also
available.
Yeah, so they actually I just was about to ask if they would like to exchange the bishops, and immediately it happened. Yes, bishop f1. Yes, because
it's interesting that he took on f1 because I was considering maybe taking on f3.
On f3, yes, until knight.
Yeah.
Okay, knight immediately goes to f5 now because there is no bishop anymore on h3.
Yeah. And with it has now come to e2.
King e2, yes.
And Magnus asks him,
would you like to take...
Would you like to take now or never again mention it?
Now or never.
So now or never, yeah.
Yes.
So this is very much... and with it has a crucial decision. Clearly only one knight can sit on f5. So in that sense, white is safe like that.
Mm-hmm.
But the other knight can start rotating. I mean, knight b8, knight c6. If I go like this, and like this, and slowly I think his pawn is vulnerable. So my feeling is, even if it's a bit unpleasant, just to
better to take, yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I would take. So that's kind of interesting to see.
Yeah. I just got news that Jan Nepomniachtchi after an unpleasant start. Remember, I was asking where is Jan actually. Mm-hmm. We don't see him on the first boards. I mean, won the game today and made 3 out of 3 in the last round. So he's getting back.
Okay. Let's see what Pragnananda is doing. Okay, it's nice. He's still got this weak pawn here, but the rook on h2, if it's on h2, it's nice if he breaks through on the h file, but if he doesn't,
Yes,
then it's
then
kind
it's
of misplaced there.
yes.
So that's the trade-off. But I think white can play bishop f3 and rook d1 anyway.
Yes.
And that's good, should be very pleasant. Eric, I see again.
Okay, g3 is on the board.
Yeah.
And yeah, we will keep trying. Okay, rook d7. They're making moves fast.
Yes,
Actually,
and
just pay attention that Riga has more
but he will
time.
just play rook b7, I think. Yeah, he's gone to b7, paralyzing the black rook.
Exactly. So rook is stuck on a8, defending a7.
My God, if Arjun wins this, he's in the sole lead. Well, depending on
depending
one or
on
two
the other
games,
results, yes. No, but it's
but
very
he's just
important
a very,
for him, yes.
then he'll be in a
So he took.
great situation. He
He
took,
took on h6.
and knight f6 has happened.
F6, yes. What about this queen on a3? I mean, on one hand, it keeps eye on this a7 pawn, but I don't know what is the future for this queen. What are we going to do? I don't know. Would you like to exchange queens for white at this moment? I'm not that sure because the king might come to all the way to h5 and maybe pawn on h4 can be vulnerable.
Okay, he's gone queen a4.
Queen a4, yes. So also trying to do something with the queen.
But just hang on a second. If I go queen c2,
Yes, and
what are you playing?
imagine.
I mean, I've kind of left myself vulnerable over there.
Exactly.
Agreed.
So, for example, if I take the pawn, what you will do? I'm sure there is something. We have to always check what's going on.
Also, no, what bothers me is a move like h7.
h7, and then knight g5.
If king h7, queen takes a7 and knight g5 would be a good combination.
Yes, f7 will be.
And if
There's
knight
threat.
h7, then have even queen e8 check.
Yes.
Not great. I think it's premature for queen c2. Black can still collect this pawn with knight h6 and then come back to h5, f5, and keep those options there.
It's still. So what white can do now?
What did black play?
Maybe.
No, queen a4 has happened, so this is the current position.
Yes. Maybe we should
In which
jump.
universe is the e pawn going to e3, h3?
Maybe we should jump to a women's section because it seems like a Chinese player has big advantage.
Well, it's just a whole pawn up, and
Yes.
it's just winning because f5 and e6.
F5 is 6. Yes.
Oh, again, big
Wow.
thing. She'll be the only one on a perfect score if she
If you manage to win.
clinches
Yes.
this.
Wow, it's important, of course, moment.
Let's see what happened there. This happened.
Take rook g5. So there is no way to defend this pawn.
Oh,
but
and the white just
you just
selected a
took the
pawn
pawn.
for free.
Was it possible to defend it somehow, or I wonder maybe it was not already a good idea.
The problem is if you do this, I'm
Yes.
still winning a pawn by going here. So
So g7.
you have to just choose which pawn you want to give.
You want to lose, yes.
Yeah. Another question, why not rook dg1 here? If I'm winning this pawn anyway, I might do it
Yes.
like this. So a few questions, but yes, she's, I think, very good chances of just winning this. And
Yes, and the fact that they have opposite color bishops simply is not helping in this situation. Bishop on b5 is not doing much right now, while bishop d4 is placed very well.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can see
I-
now.
I would say
some,
this is looking hopeless.
Yeah, so
Even a4 here, because that bishop will run out of squares pretty fast.
yes,
Yeah.
bishop c6. I mean, you don't want to be, you don't want to play black
Okay,
right
that's
now.
big.
Yes.
What's happening with Arjun? Yeah, he's just winning again because he's threatening to bring the. Oh, he didn't have time
F3.
to play f3. Oh, sorry, it was black's move. Excuse me. So f3 happened.
F3 happened. Wonder what's happening with this pawn on f3. It went maybe too far. The idea is he wants to play maybe bishop d6 or.
What if I do king d3 here? Maybe he wants to give a check. I go king e4,
e4.
and then he
Yes.
wants to come here. I take this, he takes this.
Maybe it was nice to show why not king e3, because it was easy
yeah.
for you, but it took me some time to understand that after king e3, bishop c5, yes,
Bishop
comes
c5 check.
king f3 and rook f8,
And
yes.
rook f8 check.
Yes, because I was like, why not king e3? And
yes, and that is a problem. So we are
you lose the
going
piece,
around
yes,
this.
yes. So that's why
F3 has
king e3.
happened. I could also go the quiet way, which is bishop, king d3, rook d8. No, bishop d4 here. And then try to slip across like this. Black can look for counterplay like that, rook g8.
Should definitely do something, yes, even given up. But maybe you give up too many pawns, yes.
Yeah.
Trying to promote your own, but how far you can go in this position. For example, if I take on a7, what's the idea? Rook g2. I mean, if king is 3, it's f2, right? So
it might also be this and claiming that I have some counterplay. Because if you take here, I
yes, you
here,
take on b2 and h2.
Oh no, but you have rook a6. But it's a thing. Let's see, rook g2 check, king e3, rook. If you go f2, I go king e2, you go bishop h4. Now you're at rook g1.
Rook g1, yes, and there is no rook f7.
So many pawns. I mean, I can take on b6. You go rook g1.
Take on f2, rook g2.
Rook g2 and just laugh at you. You go here.
Take all of them, yes. Wow.
And you're at
rook f5.
What did I do? I gave up this thing. You captured here. And now I just move king d3 and I have all 4 pawns.
Yes. I mean, you can defend rook f5, but at least to keep one pawn.
Then I go b4.
Before, yes.
b5,
Yeah, very fast, yes. It's really hard to defend, yes. So I learned
very much looking like a big hit for Arjun.
Absolutely, yes.
And black has played h4, which...
So actually we have some results. Anton David just won on the board number 5. If we can check quickly what happened there. Yeah, because the pawn is running, it seems, yes?
Okay, sorry, I'm just going to go back here. h4 has happened.
Yes.
Now h3 has happened as well. White has played h3.
Yes.
And Yu Yangi has played bishop d6. So the idea is to put the bishop on g3, where the pawn helps it. But if white takes here, then the idea is presumably this way, capture and come back. But instead, Arjun has gone rook g7.
Taking control over g3 square, yes. So bishop g3, he will just take the, I mean, okay, Yu Yangi is trying, of course, to play actively and at least get some chances in this position, because he understands probably that passive defense will not really help him. But how far you can go?
Active might not help him either.
Yes, it seems like that, but yes, so h4 is hanging right now.
He's gone king f5.
King f5, yes. So what's the idea if you just take the pawn? Rook h8, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I thought about like rook g4 a bit, but I know, trying to keep everything, you know, all the pawns.
So now I cannot play rook g4.
Yes.
Because
yes, rook g4. Wow.
And if you take,
it takes time for me to understand. Yes.
What did he do? He's gone king f.
Nice trap actually.
He's gone king f1.
King f1. With the same idea, it's like actually prophylactical move. Now you want to take on h4, and there will not be such tricks, which happened before.
Okay, let's quickly see what's happening in Magnus, because that could... Oh, the queens are off, then I think
so
with it is pretty safe, I would
But
say.
you remember the other night ending, which happened between Magnus and his Matulin, so you never be sure.
I understand. In fact, the pawn structure is looking very, very similar.
Exactly. So I mean, we'll see how many points he can score Magnus out of those endings.
Yeah.
Maybe he feels very confident. Imagine we did play now against Magnus, remembering this game against his Matulin. I think it's not really pleasant right now.
It's almost the same game. What can I play? I can play knight e7.
7. So what if you, okay, if you exchange, yes, so then it's like, it's exactly one knight against the knight.
I'm going to say it's much closer to a draw than anything, but let's see what's happening.
Yes, exactly, yes. Okay, rook f7. Of course, you cannot play bishop f6 right now, so I don't know.
He's gone king e4.
King e4, yes.
No, he's gone king
Maybe it's white to play.
f4.
White to play their position.
You might be right.
I just noticed the notation.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, this one, bishop g1, king f5. Now he's come back to f2. So, I mean, theoretically, he could go king f4, but that looks ridiculous.
Yeah, they're playing fast. Actually, it's already 22 seconds. I don't understand what happened with time.
Yeah.
Probably we don't see.
Okay, he has taken the pawn.
He has taken. Okay.
It went back. Rook d8 has happened. And here we are.
Well,
Bishop h4.
Bishop h4. Also, he wants to take rook e5. This is what I can see right now. A threat. I saw the threat.
Okay, so suppose I go rook d2.
Rook d2.
How bad is this? I could go rook h8.
Rook d2.
Okay.
Feels like probably I have to play very actively.
When you capture a couple of pawns and hope that there's enough to make a draw.
Yeah, so, I mean, also this pawn is very close. I mean, if the king goes all the way, you know, can be some kind of check.
Yeah.
Threat, so should be careful. So rook f7, king e4. And he goes back.
Okay, so I can play...
Rook c2 is not possible right now. Yes, maybe we can show it.
No, but you know what is funny?
They repeated the position one time. Yes, so we have exactly the same position. What they're repeating?
Yeah.
Really? So, yeah, draw.
They haven't repeated.
They repeated, yes. So, actually, I think Arjun understand that the position is getting dangerous. Black can just take...
You know who won? Bharat Subramaniam won. Bit down here against Sandeepan Chanda.
Yes. And I have used
it's just that's the Dutch defense.
Dutch defense, yes, actually worked out well. And, you know, I got news that birthday girl, Ekaterina Lagno, just won her game.
Well, okay.
So I got another birthday present from her opponent.
Conrad against Levon Aronian. Levon is putting on a squeeze, but maybe it's not catastrophic for white. In fact, it looks kind of reasonable for white, unless I'm missing something.
Where to go with the bishop? Bishop
yes,
c5,
you'd go here, and I'd come back.
I
want to simply threatening c6, c7.
And, I mean, black should be careful, I mean, because I don't see, how do you stop the pawn?
I mean, I don't know, g4, you'll throw that one there.
So, let's go to c6.
gf3.
Yes,
c7, yeah.
I mean, it looks a little bit dangerous. You have to give up the bishop, or what?
Yes.
Will you be able to make a draw in this position, like bishop b7 and then rook f5, or bishop b6? Yes.
Bishop f b7.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe g4 somewhere.
Imagine it comes to the position 2 rooks and knight against rooks. Will be funny.
Okay.
Yes.
And Dubov is winning. He's just a clear pawn up in a rook ending. So that's got to be nice.
But how do you understand immediately that it's winning rook ending? I wonder. For me, it's just like, okay, pawn up. It's still a lot of play. But yes, okay, he has an advantage and he will try his best.
Because he'll be 2 pawns up against 1. He'll go rook d4. I hope the moves get updated, and he's taken on b4, and he has 2 connected pass pawns. So
okay, 2 connected pass pawns, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, it's on if it's like that. Yeah, but okay, Alexander Shimano will keep trying to push his pawn, but yeah, I mean, black.
But my king can hide on c5, so it's got some lovely squares to hide even. He's going rook e4, he's going to play b4, and then...
So, let's get back maybe to some other games. What's going on? Who's still playing? There were a few draws also.
Richard Rapport.
Mhm.
Okay, he is better because he can play c5, then c3, and then offer the exchange with the knight. So he might be able to do something there.
Mhm.
Yeah, Shimanov is looking busted.
Yes, seems like Daniel is going to convert it. Let's go maybe to Magnus just to check what's going on in this knight ending. Yes, so they exchange the knights.
And he's a pawn up. He's won a pawn on the king's side. How did that happen?
Unbelievable.
How does he do it?
Yes, I don't know. I'm telling you, it's very unpleasant for Vidit to play this.
Of course, but
this type of
why did he allow this and sack the thing with knight d2?
It's a magic. There is no
could he just hang
explanation.
around like this? What was he afraid? That the king will go
To a5 maybe?
slow way?
I don't know, it's a very long way, yes, to go
It
to
does seem to be a
a5.
long way. The other plan is to try and come here.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then I
also.
have knight h2 and I'm hanging in there.
Wow.
He's done it again. He's won a pawn. We'll see if he actually wins it. But
Yes, it's unbelievable. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just if he makes 2 out of 2 in knights endings like that, yeah, I mean, just magic of Magnus.
he's 2 pawns up.
Well, we just left them for a couple of minutes, and things had changed so dramatically. And if we check the time, Magnus also is ahead. He has 2 minutes against like 40
Yeah.
seconds.
I mean, I can see the clock
Yes.
there. 2 minutes and 7 seconds
Yes.
against 50 seconds.
Mhm.
2 pawns and 2-minute advantage. I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, sounds like good chances for victory. Wow.
Okay, so big drama there. If Magnus wins
Wins
that,
again.
then he's thing. This has become a draw.
Yes, so I see Daniel is still
Danny
there.
Dubois will win.
Will win this position.
I mean, king c4 and c5 and
Yes, looks like
Looks pretty good.
no chance
um,
for Shimano in that one.
Bharat Subramania won. SL Narayanan lost to Fedosev. Okay, that's easy enough.
Kirill Shevchenko made the draw, as you can see. Same for Rauf Mamedov.
Pragnananda lost.
Really?
He lost that game. So black was able to generate some counterplay suddenly. Or maybe he just pushed h5, h4, and that was his problem.
Uh-huh.
And because white had to loosen up here,
Yeah, so many errors.
the worst thing is I think the computer is generating arrows in this system. Okay, I think
Exactly, yes.
finally I can see
Now
the
we have the
position.
board, yes. Uh-huh.
I think there's a famous joke that once there was a power cut in the tournament hall,
Mhm.
and one player says, "My position looks so much better already." With being unable to see the pieces. Reminds me of that when these arrows
Yes, so you
disappear.
do the same, yes.
Oh, I think he said something like, "This is the best position I've had all day." So,
Yeah, so
Nihal Sarin has beaten Yakubov Nordirbek. So
Nihal
clearly
Sarin, yes.
big junior rivalry.
yes, of course.
Uh,
Actually, I mean, Pragnananda lost against this Murzin, also a young star.
Yes. And Nepomniachtchi beat
generation
Aryan Tari.
Oh, he beat Aryan, yes, 3rd game in a row.
Maybe he will now get a private lounge. Queen F5.
Vishy, you're checking the social media.
Yeah. Queen F4. Knight E4. F3. Oh, and this just went
Yes.
south very badly. Yeah.
Good position, yeah. The victory.
No, it's not even that simple. Even Queen A3, because he still has a blockade over there. But Jan started to punch on both
G4
sides.
and just opened,
And
looks like,
oh la la.
wow. All pieces came on the king's side. And what was the final?
He actually found time for H3.
I like this type of moves. It's
H3, yeah.
silent moves, which just show that the
I'm
position
king,
is
I'm
really
king,
bad.
I'm king.
Yes, I can do whatever
Yeah.
right now, yes, in this position.
Because what was he afraid of? He went rook F8.
Yeah, it's interesting moment.
Was he afraid of
Knight
knight f5? But then I have queen h3, and you've not made progress.
So, but I mean, after h3, knight f5 was not possible anymore. I wonder.
Well, then you come back to f2.
Ah, you just come back, yes. Okay, so Magnus won the game. Which is okay.
Yeah,
Now
which
it
is
was
more or
not
less we were
surprising, but let's say still judging from the moment this ending.
Yeah, they're discussing
started,
that.
Wow, he's the sole leader now. Visha. I mean, I don't remember anybody else winning the game from the group of leaders.
Yes,
so
correct. Anton is a half point behind.
Yes.
But Danny, if he wins, he's also 4 points.
He has 4 points.
He has 4 points.
So,
and Danny's clearly winning. You're right. Now Magnus has taken the sole lead.
The sole lead. So Dubov just won the game, but he cannot catch up with Magnus right now. With 5.5 points out of 6, Magnus is the sole leader, and they keep analyzing the game with Widit. I mean, it's really tough. And actually, he's writing his book on night endings probably right now, how to win equal night ending.
I think this is the tournament of the nights. We not only had night endings, we have had night promotions.
Absolutely, yes. And
so many.
Let's try to find another one today.
Yes.
Yes. So I see there is some. This is a game of Anish.
Anish lost to Vakidov Jahangir, and I mean I'm checking in on Anish every once in a while because he's also fighting for the first spot in order to qualify for the candidates.
Yes. We also have to check Gukesh also, yes, from time to time.
Gukesh is just below him, but he won. He beat Dmitry Bokarov. So he's on 4 points now.
I see. Actually, you remember when he started quite badly, let's say, losing the first game, but then he managed to come back. He scored a few points. Anish lost the first game, but actually Gukesh also lost in the first round. So, they of course keep an eye on each other.
I mean, this is no damage done. There's lots of time yet.
Yes.
But, every loss hurts a little bit.
Absolutely.
Yes, and in fact, Magnus has taken the lead. So that's one good thing. Let's check in on the women.
So what happened, let's say, at the end of that game? Probably Sulimova lost.
Won.
Yes.
Well, that we expected. Vaishali, this was a draw.
Begim Takirjonova, I think she won. Yes, she won.
I don't know.
No, she lost. Well, it's
Black lost.
Black lost, yes.
Oh, sorry.
Remember, the position was winning. So this is rapid chess, and anything can happen. So
I mean, here White has good composition, but I would have thought White is not threatening Rook A5. I mean, Black could make a move like Rook E8, for instance. And if you capture here, then I play B5. And finally, my pawns
yes, and they start running, yes.
I could have played B5 if I wanted after Rook A5.
Yes, and if
when you capture this, I'll take.
Take.
You'll have to take this. And then I can go Bishop B7.
Yeah, I see. Yes, Bishop B7. And
because if you go Rook A7, then I have Rook A8.
Yeah. We can see Magnus on the screen given the interview, and I can see Sagar, trying to catch some words. Yes, he is given an interview, I think, to Norwegian TV channel, and probably speaks Norwegian right now, but doesn't matter. Great, of course. I mean, taking the sole lead, of course, it's a nice moment to give an interview. It's pleasant moment. So, yeah, I mean, and what happened at the end?
Instead, she got into a position where she couldn't move her muscle. And White is just dominating. Yeah.
Wow. Yes, you can see it. Yes,
E4 and
A7,
E4, E4, D5, D6.
D5, D6, yes. Wow. And then H pawn decided the game, as I understood. Yes, she just ran with this pawn.
Yeah, just the H pawn was running all through the board. I apologize for the arrows again, colors again, but here we are.
Yeah.
And the pawn just made it.
Yes, so her opponent.
So that's quite a tragedy for her opponent. She had a very good position.
She won the game, and I think she has also 4.5 right now.
Yes.
And we have the sole leader also in the women's section.
Correct. Sujina Bernos still on a perfect score.
Yes, 5 out of 5. That's really great.
Anastasiya Bodnaruk won.
What happened to the king? Why he's on 4? Look the final position.
Let's just see which opening that was.
I mean,
it was some B3.
In Sicilian, yes, B3 line.
Oh, but white has such a huge advantage in development that this is.
I think it sacrificed something, yes, at a certain point. Let's see what happened. Yes, I mean, you don't want to play castling, and
Yeah.
that's why
But you can see with every move, white is provoking more weaknesses along
yes,
diagonal.
yes, more and more.
And then,
Knight
oh,
e5,
knight
here we
d5.
go. No, this should be brilliant. So you cannot take the knight because rook e8 or queen e8
Yes.
checkmate. Yes, so what to do here? Again, if you play g6, there will be other problems. So knight f4 is threatening
Yeah,
knight
knight
e6.
g6 as well.
Yes, so king g8, take on f6.
Ooh.
Wow, that's great game.
Queen h6,
And just queen
threatening knight
h6,
h5.
yes, with idea knight h5. Unbelievable.
I'm not sure about this. Can I go bishop f8? Yes, queen f6.
Queen f6, bishop g7, queen g5.
Why didn't she play
Knight
h6?
h5.
Then why couldn't she play h6?
That was maybe queen g6 or
Queen g6,
g4.
then e5.
e5 is possible, yes, and yes, you're allowing exchange of the
So
queens, yes. So
h6, queen g3,
just 3,
maybe now h5. That way I don't have this rook.
knight
I mean,
g6, knight
Knight
d7.
g6, king h7.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Mhm.
It's thing, but anyway,
Yeah.
she
So,
could have defended
shall-
better, certainly.
Yeah, we should make a short break because we have an interview with Levon Aronian. Charlize just met him at the playing venue. So let's go there. Oh, no.
Not with Charlie.
Round 6 in the open section of the World Rapid has just finished, and it's just finishing actually. There's a few more games being played. We're joined by Levon Aronian, who just had a very interesting game with Commentators. It seems you were winning, but something happened in the end. You kept on playing, trying to force the game, but your opponent held out.
Yes, yes. I mean, he was very nervous, but he defended well.
Did you try to play on his nerves there rather than position?
Of course. You know, it's a competition. You gotta do everything to win.
You're on +2. How would you reckon your tournament is going so far?
So far, not great, but yeah, there are still 7 rounds to improve.
Obviously, some players have said that jet lag is an issue, the distance is an issue. How does it feel for you? You didn't come here.
The conditions are great, so I think most of people realized that everything was done particularly for the whole tournament, you know, to be in one special place, you know, next to a really beautiful nature. So I haven't heard anybody complain. I think everybody's very happy.
Okay, great. And what do you make of the other games? How much have you had time to check out other games and what's happening in the tournament?
I normally do the recap after the round. Right now I'm not following.
And finally, how do you feel about the rest of the day? Do you feel a bit stressed? Do you feel more relaxed? Or is the feeling any different than any other?
So much joy here, you know, so many people that I haven't seen for a long time. So this is wonderful. I mean, I don't care so much about the result. It's more about, you know, feeling that you're part of being a family, you know.
Well, that's the way it should be. We're all one family, aren't we? That's the slogan.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much. I wish you the best of luck at the tournament.
Thank you.
It's always nice to see Levon. I mean, he has all this great style, you know, and many players actually consider him as the most stylish chess player. And all those roses, you know, he looks so bright today. I think it's also great for the mood. Yeah, so we have many results. Yes, of course, I think all the games have finished, and also Fabiano won in this round. Levon actually made a draw against American player. It seems like he was in a good mood and ready to continue fighting in the championship. So I don't know if we have results maybe of the round, if it's possible to check. Yeah, let's go to check women's section results. So we can see also the playing venue right now, and results are coming very soon. As we mentioned on the first board, yes, it's very important result. Salimova lost again Zhu Jiner, and she is a leader right now. We have a draw on the second board. Vaishali made a draw against Mamadzada, and also victory for Jaimo. We checked this game against Begim Tohirjonova. Anastasiya Bodnaruk managed to win a very nice game. Katerina Lagno won her game, and Daria Charachkina lost against Hambi Koneru, who has now 4 points. Big upset for Muzichukana. She lost her game against Tatusa, and Gunina Valentina won her game, so also has 4 points, and so on. So we have, you can see all those results from the top boards on your screens right now. Actually, I was told that we have those results first, even on chess results, you can still see them.
Okay.
Yes, so if you want to see all fresh results, you should definitely follow our broadcast and get the information first as well. I don't know if we have ready results from the open section. Actually, we have still one game happening. Tabatai is still playing in this round. If we can find the game, let me check. Yes, it's board number.
There it is.
Yeah, you found 14. Yes.
Timur. Well, Timur is winning. It's he's an exchange and 2 pawns up.
Yeah. Okay. It should be enough for.
In fact, I suspect after King H4. No, King H4, probably Rook H1. Maybe you want to.
Can we check this game a little bit? Like I heard that there were many interesting moments.
Okay, so it started off as a Petrov.
Yes. Do you think Petrov is a good opening for Rapid? I see that players are choosing it quite often.
Yes. It's a very tough opening to play for both, but
seems like
there are a lot of ideas for white, but it's very tough to break through anyway. I think it's one of the reasons Magnus only dabbled in it once or twice in his match with Jan, because he saw that Jan had the thing. Then he came to it when he was already leading in the match. So it's a tough cookie. Okay, so white has made some progress here, but still not broken.
So they could maybe repeat the moves here, but Tabatabai decided to play on.
Yeah. And now Timur has managed to push his pawn down the board. Well, has not managed to push his pawn down the board. I'm wondering why he didn't take the chance
and
when
play
it appeared.
F4 immediately. Yes.
Maybe he didn't like something like this.
Not before, sorry, yes, like blocking this bishop for
And
the
if
moment.
you take, then I take, and this pawn is kind of out there. I don't know.
Rook A5, I don't know. Yeah, so he blocked the pawn by playing knight on A4.
Black is clearly just waiting.
Yes. So H5, yes, also like logical play from white. He moved his king
Well,
all the way to G4, yes. Trying to block
it looks very cool, but it can't be the best way forward.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, maybe
Well, he's changed.
maneuvering.
He's
Yes,
gone,
he's
okay,
changed his
he's
mind.
gone
Yes.
back to D3. We're going to get a classic.
Yes. Wow. Yes, I wonder what happened. That
But actually, it looks huge for white. It
yes,
looks like white has
he
made a
got
lot of
so
progress.
much
Yeah.
space in this game, and seems like white is doing really well. Maybe he wanted to go with a knight to G6 or something. I don't know. Here it happened. Yes, so he decided to sacrifice an exchange and take the D5 pawn. Looks quite interesting. B6 could also.
But was it necessary? Could I do this?
Knight F4.
First of all, could I do this?
G5.
You take, and now I go knight F4, and I collect that pawn, and hopefully B6 cracks as well.
Yeah. And then C4, C5, and.
Okay, so a couple of ideas, but anyway, he sacked the exchange.
The exchange. Why he didn't take on?
Well, he can take it anytime. He says.
Yes.
He says, "I'm going to grab the chance to push that G pawn as well."
Yes, G5, G6. Yes.
It looks like white has seriously outplayed black. It must be winning for white.
Yes, it looks really great.
Maybe this knight back to C3 followed by C5 is the way forward, because you protect
just
everything.
Keep pushing the pawns after that. Yes, Rook F1, Rook F3. But I mean, still, again, king goes to F5. Yeah. This king today decided to walk cannot believe my eyes. Oh my gosh. I mean, this king
It went to
around.
g4 once,
Yes,
changed his
came-
mind, came back to d3, and then has
never seen
went the
something like
faster route. When after the d5 pawn fell, it took the faster route up
Goes
the
to
board.
seven. Yeah, okay. Bishop g5, yeah. But I'm afraid what happens now with f pawn, So he maybe can start moving forward. Oh, it still looks really good for white. I mean, I really don't understand what happened after. I guess they didn't have much time at this moment.
Yeah.
Bishop f6, okay, take. I don't know, maybe rook e7 was also possible with the ideas. The other king decided now to go forward. Why not rook h8?
Because of rook b7, g7.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, so maybe here he didn't need to play g7. He could start with king b6 and take this pawn in d5, but black has
Yeah.
f4. It's
So let's quickly check what happened after, where he actually.
maybe
thought
you should
again.
just have taken on b6 here.
Yes, and then.
Because the rook is on the e file is useful. It can come back to e2 or e3 and stop that f pawn.
Yes.
But the rook got trapped on the h file.
Wow, maybe he missed this one. Stopped all the pawns. So what?
Black's rooks are defending everything.
Yes, and knight
Hang
c3
on
was
a
idea, knight d5. Yes.
Also with knight idea, knight e4, I think.
Yes. Knight d4, knight d5. And f2. Okay, queen. We had also queens on the board. No, this is evergreen.
No, but
game.
wait, h6, yeah.
H6, yes. Who cares? I mean, no checks actually. Just pay attention. There are no checks.
But there's a discover
F5.
check on the menu.
Yes.
Could he have done rook g8?
Rook j8. Exchange.
But it will depend the evaluation here. I mean, I suspect white is still winning.
Yeah.
Queen e7, queen f2. We
I
can't
mean,
do this at this pace.
No.
The game is too complicated.
Yes, absolutely.
Maybe I just have to play rook g8 and it
Exchange
should be a
these
draw
rooks, yes.
somehow.
Yes, maybe. Yeah. So absolutely crazy game. King goes again. You don't go.
Queen f5 check. King.
Queen f5.
Oh, and this is how it ended.
He took on h6 and. Yeah, I mean, okay, now he won all the pawns, yes, suddenly. Probably they didn't have much time at this moment, yes, so this is how it happened. Yeah, we should... Yes, actually we have Charlize with Bahadur Jabbar waiting for the interview. But
I just want to look at this
yes,
game.
yeah, I understand, yes,
No, I'm
the
joking.
game is just crazy.
Let's go and
Yes.
see what...
Yeah, no, first we check the results of the standings. And then we go to Charlize. So the playing hall again is empty. No players anymore. Yeah, so yeah, we have the results. As we mentioned, Magnus won on the first board. Very important results for the tournament standings. Now he's leading in the tournament. Yuliangi made a draw with Arjun Erigaisi. Ivan Chiparinov drew very quickly with Maxim Vasheligraf. Shimanov lost to Daniel Dubov, as we predicted. Also, victory for Anton David. Gariev Timur made a draw against Mamedov Rauf, and so on. So we have one clear leader and the group of players chasing him. And now it's a moment to go to Charlize. He got Bahadur Jabbar.
Okay.
Hi there, we are here after the 6th round of the open section of the Rapid tournament with Jabbar. First things first, how was your game?
Hello, I managed to win first game today.
And who did you play against?
I was playing some domestic player in Uzbekistan.
Oh, they're dangerous.
Don't remember exactly name.
Okay, and how's your tournament been going?
Today is better so far. Maybe good weather impacts my play today. Yesterday was terrible beginning, 0 out of 3. I don't know what was the reason, but it's a fact already. So new day, new hopes. Let's see.
It'll be a good day.
I hope so, yeah.
And Uzbekistan, is it your first time here? Have you been here before?
Yeah, I was 10 years ago exactly on FIDE Grand Prix in Tashkent, not in Samarkand.
So first time in Samarkand.
Yes, first time in Samarkand, definitely.
Okay, and last question for you. Do you have any chess New Year's resolutions?
Sorry, what you said?
Do you have any chess New Year's resolutions? Any plans for chess next year?
Plans?
Yeah. Things to achieve in chess?
Okay. I want to, first of all, back to 2600. in classical rating, and then let's see.
Good luck with that.
I'm very modest plans for me so far.
That's a big one. But thank you very much. Back to the studio.
Thank you.
What does it take to be a chess champion? It takes talent. It takes practice. It takes creativity. It takes confidence. It takes an ability to keep cool, to find the best solution, to be on top situation. December 26th to December 30th, the ancient city of Samarkand, Uzbekistan, hosts the FIDE World Rapid and Blitz Championships 2023. Star lineup featuring 300 plus world's best chess players. Prize fund of $1 million. Compete for 4 titles over 5 intense days. Don't miss it. Watch the event live on FIDE YouTube.
It's time to take control of your journey towards chess mastery. Magnus Carlsen introduces Chessable, the definitive solution for studying chess. Move Trainer uses the science of spaced repetition to identify your strengths and eliminate your weaknesses. There's no need to set up a board, remember which page you're on, or keep track of all the moves you miss. Get started now and join our growing community of over 100,000 chess enthusiasts. Chessable. Take control of your journey towards chess mastery.